I'm Jackson Silliman, and I'm interviewing people about how they feel about PDA.
Celebrating love, if they have cards or gifts, that's wonderful. I don't necessarily know that you need to show your love the 5 minutes between classes in the dungeon hallway. I don't think that is very respectful of the feelings that you have for one another.
Mm-hmm. And then, how do you feel when you see PDA in the hallway?
I think it's gross. I think it's, if it's a hug, but I don't know if you're in this main hallway, there's a lot going on most of the time, and it's 5 minutes, and it's 50-minute classes, so that's what I say. You see each other in 50 minutes. Parting is such sweet sorrow, but you will be reunited, and your love should make it through that 50 minutes. It's a lot before school, and, there's some between each class period. There are certain groups, couples that you see often. How often do I see PDA during the day? Quite often. There are lots of, especially in main hall, I feel like this is a place where there's little cubbies and people think they can sneak away. Or behind my door, between my door and the water machine. It's not private. It's right out there in the middle of third hall, but because there's that door there, bathrooms. My interview's a wreck. Have fun editing this. A lot. I see PDA a lot. There are some really awkward ones. I think we're the ones where they're just sitting there staring at each other, holding each other. Trying to take in each other's essence. I think I'd almost rather see people actively PDAing as opposed to this whole let me drink in your spirit so I can make it through the next 50 minutes. I don't know. But so that's uncomfortable. I have a hard time with that. I would rather say break it up, go to class than interrupt the eyeball contact taking in each other's essence. So.
What is your reaction? What do you say specifically whenever you see something?
I say gross.
To be. So I think masks have something to do with that, but my favorite is when someone kisses somebody goodbye with a mask on. And I'm well, I guess they're following protocol at least, so that's nice. But yeah, so it's not as bad as it used to be. It used to be a lot worse. Mm-hmm. So I don't.
What do you think slowed it down?
Masks.
Okay.
Also the fact that we can't congregate as much. It used to be the worst in the morning. I would literally see people cuddling. I would just be they would just be laying on the ground cuddling.
We would come in wait in the lobby and they would all be all
They would all just be cuddling. I'm what are y'all doing? This is a public place. Stop.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Really weird.
It is very weird.
Okay.
Do you have anything to say about it, Jack? Blah. Blah, indeed.
So, Miss Gordon, what do you have to say about PDA?
I really do not want to see kids swapping germs.
No,
it's disgusting.
Why?
What do you do when you see people doing PDA?
I cringe.
Okay.
Come here. We have questions.
How do you feel when you see people making out in the hallways?
Man, I just try not to look, for real.
We in school, we gotta learn. We ain't here for that.
Okay, thank you.
It's no problem.
Go ahead.
How do you feel about PDA?
It's kind of nasty for real. I be seeing it in the morning, bruh. Goes on for hours.
No, I'm gonna get Michael. How do you feel when you see people making out in the hallways?
Not very good. Makes me uncomfy.
Oh, we do it all the time.
You think that's right?
No, it makes me uncomfortable. I was just kidding.
PDA in the hallways.
Do it.
Oh, it's awful. I hate PDA. It's so uncomfortable. I was talking to Carson about this earlier. It just, I can't. I don't know how people do it. I don't know why people do it. It's just, please stop.
How do you feel about other couples in the hallways making out and kissing?
It's weird.
It's gross.
Do you think other couples should be doing this or wait till they get home?
They should just do it when they get home.
If it's a peck, okay, but if it's full on making out, wait till you get home.
What are your boundaries on PDA in the school?
Like a kiss and a hug, and that's
Same. That.
Okay.
Be perfect.
Just how do I feel about PDA?
Yes.
My favorite thing is they're not going to war. You're gonna see each other in 50 minutes. It's not that long of a time away from each other. You're gonna be okay.
Dude, all the teachers, if you could tell them one thing, what would you say?
No one wants to see that.
Do you think that it makes you and other people uncomfortable?
Yeah. So I just make them more uncomfortable. I just like walk up and I'm just like, ew.
Do PDA in the hallways?
I find it disgusting.
What would you say to those kids if you said something?
Get a room.
Okay.
Do you feel like it makes people uncomfortable, or is it just like a few people?
I think it makes everyone uncomfortable, including teachers and staff.
Focus on your studies, get your ACT score as high as possible, and no PDA in the hallways. Understood? Thank you.
What do you say to those kids when you see them doing that?
I usually like try to do something like abnormal to bring the attention off their PDA, and they see me, but I try not to call them out immediately. So I try to like do bird calls. I'm like, caca, caca, and then out of nowhere they stop. It's excellent.
If you had one thing to say to those kids, like talking to them, what would you tell them about PDA?
I would just say that when you think no one's looking, there's all kinds of people looking.
Okay. Thank you.
Unnecessary. Makes me want to look the other way. Very uncomfortable.
What is like a noise or a reaction you have when seeing that?
I think it's gross.
Okay, great. Thanks.